Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Coaches Show live from Europe High, sponsored. Whoa, wow. Greg must like really loud noise in his ear. You're about to keep on coming down. You're about to break my eardrum there. There we go. That's not me. There we are. All right. Welcome to the Coaches Show live from Europe High, sponsored by Kia of LaGrange. We're talking LaGrange High School football now. I've got Coach Chuck Gibbs with us. Coach, homecoming this past week. Tough ball game all the way to the final seconds of that ball game, but fell just a little bit short, 17-14 against a tough Central Carroll team. And tell you what, it went back and forth the whole ball game. And again, your guys really battled in this one.
Yeah, we're putting it together, and we dropped a touchdown pass on our first series. I think it was our third play from scrimmage. Then we had a field goal block. Then we missed a field goal, and you just can't leave points on the board.
Those 3 points, those 6 points put us ahead,
and a touchdown to boot. And they're well coached. I tell everybody we're an improved team, but every team in our region is better than they were a year ago. And they came hard. They played. They were tough. They were physical and they were fast. They came after us. We had a lot of penalties and a lot of missed assignments. Where we're back into that. We're beating ourselves, and we're changing things up this week because of it. And we just couldn't quite finish there at the very end, but it shouldn't have come down to the very end either.
Well, in the first half, you mentioned that the missed field goal going to halftime, just down 3-0. And again, your defense playing well as usual, and really put stopping Central Carroll from getting a lot accomplished. But their defense made some pretty big plays in the second half.
Yeah, sure did. And again, it was one of those where it was back and forth, and we felt like we could move it. I think we had like 320 yards offense, and but you only come out with 14 points, and you leave 20 or so points on the board. That's going to be painful. Special teams wise, I think it was kind of a wash. We didn't give up anything special teams. Played sound defense, had a couple busts, and there were big plays there. And then offensively, we didn't make the plays we needed to make, and for a rhyme or reason, it is what it is. And we're back to the drawing board. We had a team meeting on Sunday, talked about it. And, we got a lot of kids that realize, look, the region plays here. Mm-hmm. There's no time to, digress and come back. And, you got to change things up. If things aren't working, it's insanity to keep doing the same thing. So, we flipped up practice schedules today. We kind of flipped up our templates, kind of worked our tempo, and changed up a bunch of the way we're attacking it. Again, if you can be the best teacher in the world, but if your kids don't pass the test, you got to come back and you got to teach it a different way, and it's got to be from a different perspective. I thought our run pass mix was really well on offense. The receivers that were there that were healthy, dropped the ball. We're bitten by the injury bug right now. I think we got 17 varsity players that are out. We've lost 6 for the season,
my gosh.
And
they were started. Some of the starters.
A big chunk of them, and and then the second half, we lost both left and right tackle. And, one went out with a concussion, one went out with a meniscus, and then now you're playing backups to backups. And, and again, it's just one of those where – but, and that's the interesting part about being in our region. I think from the very, very top to the very, very bottom, right now it's a pretty fine margin. Yeah. And, it's a number of plays, a handful of plays, 3 or 4 plays here or there. They've kind of been the deciding factor in our games. And, we're working to get better so that, we're ready to strike when the opportunity arises that we can seal the victory.
I think you got some guys though that are stepping up as the season's going on. Caleb Ross had a big run for you. I think off a 65-yard run. Was able to also score a touchdown later in the ball game. The receivers, I thought Cole Crawford is really starting to come on for you as a wide receiver.
Yeah, Cole's been open, and he's been able to get in there, and he's starting to make a big difference on the run game. Obviously, when you're a tight end, you got to catch the ball and you got to block. With Caleb and Andre Canny and then Calais Gibbs, all 3 of them, they've got the ability. It's now a matter of getting enough reps with them in practice, and we're kind of getting to that spot where we're starting to get consistent. Caleb Ross, when he gets open, there's no one that in the second and third level in defenses that are going to stop him.
Yep.
He's just that powerful. His issue, has got to be that we've got to make those holes, and he's got to make those right reads and get his footwork down, and that comes through constant repetition. Caleb had his best practice today than he's had since I took over the program last April.
That's excellent.
And and I told him, I said, look, he's a moose, and he can run, and it takes him a little bit to get up to full speed, but he's got a nastiness about him, and he can really punish defenses. Our issue now is, and we don't know what's going to transpire, but if we get to the spot where we can start playing with as many backups as we're playing with, we have more backups on offense right now starting than we have starters that started the season. Yeah. And, when you have that, but again, it goes back to building depth, building experience. When we start getting some of these, summer, early August starters back, our team instantly gets better. Right. We have immediate depth, and we've got experience. And so, all's not lost. We lost one. Charles, and going to Crawford, he played remarkable. He missed 2 throws. The last pick was not his fault. The ball went through the receiver's hands. But again, Dylan had just made a tremendous 4th down play the one before. The one before that, his first interception was on me.
Right.
We had 12 men on the field, and I'm calling for him to quick snap, and I'm going down to yell at him. I'm looking down the line, and not only is the guy on the field, he's offsides. He's 2 yards on our side of the ball. So I'm calling him quick snap, vertical, quick, free shot, throw the ball. Well, the ref's sitting 3 yards from him. He's still 4 yards on the ball on our sideline. The ref doesn't drop a flag. That's an interception. Turns into a pick 6. They called it back. And again, you get upset about it because it was on that penalty where one of their receivers or one of their defensive backs went and hit our left tackle and blindsided him, and he ended up with a concussion. Ugh. And so we lost him for the rest of the game, and now he's got to sit for Cedartown. And, again, it's one of those where, it just happens, and life happens, and adversity strikes. And, I had my devotional this week, talking about, courage is having the ability to be resilient enough to take the adversity that you faced and to turn it into great worth. Because when you can face adversity in a way and see yourself through that trial, see yourself through those valleys, you come out the other side, and there is great wealth there and great worth there. And it's something that our Grangers pride ourselves on the fact that, we're not quitting. I expect us to be more physical and play with a little bit more chip on our shoulder this week. Mm-hmm. And if we can start generating a little bit of momentum and positive success, we're going to be a force to reckon with.
Well, Coach, I noticed you've got some guests tonight. We're going to have the later breaks. Preview for the folks who we got coming up.
This week we travel to Cedartown. Obviously,
we'll get the game. I'm talking about the coaches
sorry.
you got.
My goodness, I got Mr. Sir Marcus Blandenberg, head coach of our 5-0 Granger or Gardner Newman Mustangs, and he's leading the Mustang Nation, and they're tearing it up. And I invited him to come on. They got Opelika Thursday, and then next week's the county showdown with Long Cane Middle.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be a barn burner right there. Well, let's take a break. We'll bring Coach Blandenberg in, and you're listening to the Coaches Show. Talk about LaGrange high school football right here on Eagle Sports.
The month of September has arrived, and our great deals at Nissan of LaGrange continue. Katie Cates here, and we are doing something special this month. The month of September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and we are going gold all month long. During September, Nissan of LaGrange will donate $50 for every car sold to the Rally Foundation. With cancer being the #1 disease killer of kids in America, we must do all we can. I encourage everyone to go gold this month and visit Nissan of LaGrange for a great deal and a great cause. Nissan of LaGrange, your friendliest hometown dealer.
Kemp's Dalton West Flooring, your locally owned and operated flooring professional since 1977. With a huge inventory of hardwood, tile, carpet, area rugs, and vinyl flooring, add the wonderful installation crew that gets the job done right, and you'll enjoy your flooring for years to come. So drop in and pick out your flooring, and they will measure your home and give you a free estimate quick. Kemp's Dalton West Flooring, located at 1287 Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange, or on the web at daltonwest.com. And like Kemp's Dalton West Flooring on Facebook and Instagram.
Life costs money, sometimes lots. First Franklin Financial has loans for living. Our Hogansville and LaGrange branches offer personal loans from $300 to $15,000 with payment plans to fit any budget. Stop by and meet the friendly Franklin folk at the location near you. Visit onefc.com to learn more. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee, number 5656.
Hey, it's Mike. My team just pulled off the biggest upset ever.
Nice, Mike.
And some fans are getting crazy. They even flipped over a car.
Wow.
Turns out it's my car, though.
Oh.
But I don't want to be upset right now. I want to know State Farm's going to take care of this, right?
We got you covered, Mike.
Yes! Woo!
Go with the one that's here to help life go right.
State Farm.
Your State Farm agent is Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Now back to the Kia of LaGrange Coaches Show, live at your pile LaGrange.
Welcome back to Troop High School. Shoot. I knew I was going to do that before the night was over. I was looking at Greg, and we talk every Friday night. So let's talk about LaGrange High School football. But actually, we're going to switch it. We're going to table this over, and we're going to talk about Gardner-Newman Mustang football. I've got Coach Marcus Blandenberg here. He's out there with the young Grangers, the Mustangs.
The young
Grangers.
Yeah,
y'all have had a pretty good season, Coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Worked hard all summer, and I just give it up to those guys. Finally believing in the hard work and see what hard work do for them, and it's just all coming together right now. We're just taking one game at a time.
Well, I know that Coach Gibbs is very excited about what you got
Yes,
going
sir.
down there because you're raising up some guys that are excited about wearing the blue, wearing the star,
Oh, yeah.
and be able to step up from the Mustang to the star as they walk into LaGrange High. And again, coaches play them at the freshman level. So,
Oh yeah.
so you get some of these young guys going.
We have a lot that's ready this year. J.D. McCutcheon, he's our outside linebacker, play that stud position for us. He a diehard Granger. He ready to be a Granger. Josiah Mosley, our offensive guard. Man, Parker Shattuck. Man, we got some great guys.
Parker's a big kid.
Oh yes. And believe it or not, man, we just being developing him, and he just taking that leadership role. He's one of my captains, Jaden Ligon, also ready to go to LaGrange. The future look real good.
Well,
real good.
I hadn't mentioned this to Coach Gibbs, but Brad and I had a chance to do a ball game, not last week, the week before. And we're going through the ball game. It was Trooper Callaway. He's calling the ball game with me, and he goes, "Yeah, I coached that kid at Gardner-Newman. Yeah, I coached that kid for both teams."
Oh yeah.
And so that's the key. Let's get these Mustangs to move up into being Grangers.
Yes, sir. Started from the bottom, and it's good to when you walk the hallway, you got kids in the 6th grade say they can't wait to be Mustangs, and then we have our 8th grade players, they can't wait to be Grangers, and that's a good sign. That's a good sign. We want to keep our kids in this area and give them to Coach Gibbs and let Coach Gibbs coach them up, and we can just take off from there.
Well, the thing a lot of people don't realize is that y'all kind of divided things out a little bit to middle school because there's so many kids involved in the program. You got a 7th grade program
7th grade.
and an 8th grade program.
Yes,
it's not
sir.
just the two teams together.
Yes, sir.
And that's a lot of coaching. That's a lot of kids.
And I give it up to the coaches. We 6 coaches deep, and you talking about coaching 65 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a tough job trying to develop those 7th grade players, but they doing a great job. They doing a great job following, just doing what we tell them to do, and working with their fundamentals and technique, and so they'll be ready for the 8th grade next year. Well,
I notice a lot of times you'll see them at the games too. They'll wear their Mustang gear. They'll be
yeah.
there at the game.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's kind of walking along the sideline, got their chest pumped out, shoulders back. Just check us out because we're ready to step on that field.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's just a beautiful thing to have, Coach Scott, Coach Ward, Coach Reed, Coach Kelly, all us former Granger, except for one coach. And that's all we talk about, LaGrange. We even have checks, Granger checks, and we just getting them ready for the future.
I love
it. Yes, sir.
Well,
yes, sir.
And you got a former Tiger out there. My brother Brad Mormon's out there coaching the cross country, coached basketball, helped with football in the past. You got some folks that are just passionate about the sporting that's going on out there at Gardner-Newman.
Yes, sir. And I tell you what, we got Opelika this week, and after Opelika, we beat Callaway 33-0. We clinched for the county championship. So Long Cane coming in, they coming home, baby. And so they're gonna be a great game. They're a well-coached team. They have a lot of athletes, and we just want to see how we look against those guys.
All right, now when is that ball game? Let the folks know.
October the 10th at 4:30 p.m. Do not miss it.
Y'all circle
Do not miss that game.
Circle on your calendar right now. Go
Put
ahead
it on your calendar right now. Yeah, okay. October the 10th at 4:30.
Get your popcorn. Come on out.
Gardner Middle School versus Long Cane.
Right,
it's going to be a show. It's going to be a fight.
What, I need to talk to you. I need to announce that from the stadium. I need to be up in the booth announcing that ball game.
You need to.
Have some fun with that.
The whole LaGrange will be there.
It'll be a lot of fun. Coach Blandenberg, I appreciate you joining us. We'll take
a break. I appreciate you.
When we come back, we're going to talk to Todd Parrish with Kia Sports. Then we're going to have Coach Gibbs rejoin us back in a bit. Right now, you're listening to the Coaches Show, LaGrange High School style, right here on Eagle Sports.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com for all your insurance needs.
agency.
Hey, Todd.
West Georgia Medical Center, we believe
How you doing, babe?
makes all the difference in your health.
Ready?
Hey, yeah, we're doing LaGrange High School. We're in a commercial break. We'll come to you in just a second.
That's fine. Thank
In a game that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Hello, this is Jonathan Moose Matt from Glenn Smith in Opelika. We are proud that we have expanded our lot to an additional 100,000 square feet. We have increased our inventory by over 200 more vehicles. We have the largest inventory ever with over 600 vehicles for you to choose from. Chevrolet, Buicks, and GMCs, plus pre-owned vehicles. In our 27th year of serving East Alabama and West Georgia. For the best prices around, come to Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
The Medicine Cabinet has been proudly serving the community since 2009. Their experienced and friendly staff are committed to making you feel comfortable and cared for. At the Medicine Cabinet, they believe that being a local, independent pharmacy allows them to provide health care and compounding services that are customized to meet your every need. They invite you to come and see for yourself when you're there. You are part of the Medicine Cabinet family. They will do everything they can to make you feel right at home. Locations in LaGrange on Vernon Road, Lee's Crossing, and Moody Bridge. The Medicine Cabinet on the web at medcaprx.com. Now back to the Kia of LaGrange Coaches Show, live at your pile LaGrange.
Welcome back. We're talking with Todd Parrish from Kia of LaGrange. Todd, how you doing tonight?
Doing fantastic. Yeah.
I'm doing good. I'm here with Coach Chuck Gibbs, Todd. And, Todd, one thing we hadn't done really got you involved in the coaches show. Anything you want to throw at Coach and let him know about what's going on with the Granger program? I still got you, Todd. You there?
Yeah, go ahead. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I was just saying I've got Coach Gibbs here. Any words of encouragement, anything you want to throw at him as he's here on the radio show with us tonight?
Yeah, number one, we always at Kia LaGrange want to tell him appreciate all he does, and I don't think people give coaches sometimes the credit they need, because I mean it's hard work that they do, a ton of hours they put in, and you got all those kids, and everybody's got different personalities, and along with that, parents have got different personalities, and I appreciate what they do day in, day out. I was in sports a long time for myself, and I can understand the work they put in, and I appreciate them, and I hope everybody will go out and see the Grangers play ball, and and support, like I said, support your local economy, support your local teams.
Well, Todd, how many Christmases were you in the gym at Troop High School working on wrestling over the years? You were a busy man back then.
I was in there a lot, and we didn't have. Unfortunately, we wasn't in the gym. We was in the concession stand area,
out in the lobby of the gym.
That's right. And unfortunately, I was starving to death, so I couldn't reach over there. I couldn't get no sneaker ball. Right, Daryl Downey wouldn't let me.
Those were back in the days. Coach Gibbs, you had Kim got the keys from me a little bit ago. You had a chance to sit in the Telluride. Tell us about your experience with the Telluride.
Oh my goodness! Let me tell you. First of all, the bucket seats in the back that recline on their own. And then you got the panoramic sunroof. Let's see, what else do we have? You got the third row seating.
That's right.
All the bells and whistles up front. You really felt like you were in I was in Army aviation for 14 years. You really felt like you're sitting in a cockpit. It's all the accoutrements that you find in a minivan, except you're styling in an SUV.
Todd, I think you may be angling for a new job or at Kia LaGrange.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. It sounds like to me he wants to buy that vehicle for himself or a family. It sounds like I can sure take care of him there. But he's exactly right. That's the number one SUV in America right now, and those guys over in West Point, Georgia, at the plant, man, they did a tremendous job. And this year in October, November marks the 10-year anniversary, and the 3 millionth car sold by Kia. So we're going to be celebrating with them over the next 2 months as well. And I invite everybody to come out to Kia LaGrange. And I'll tell you what I'll do. If anybody listen, you come in and say, hey, Todd, I heard you on the coach's show. And I tell you what, if you come out and test drive a Telluride, I'll give anybody that comes out a free oil change and rotate, not rotation, but lineup as well. Matter of fact, let's just do a whole rotation and alignment.
I'll see you tomorrow.
What coach said, hey Todd, I need one of them anyway. I'll be able to see you.
Well, I did. I rolled the window down, and I was barking, chipping at my wife, and I said, honey, will you say we go for a ride? She said, buy it first.
I like it, man.
Oh, now, Todd, I remember a couple of weeks ago you told us that you're struggling to keep those on the lot. They're selling so well.
Well, and we did. I tell you what, Kia called us and said, Todd, could you help me get a couple of different orders? And so we ordered some other vehicles that they need to be ordered and sort of get out of the pool, they call it. And I said, well, I tell you what, I'll take 8 of them. They said, you will? I said, right. Well, that's awesome. I said, but I need 6 Tellurides. They said, well, I don't know if I can do that. I said, yeah, you can. Make it happen. And they made it happen. And so, and we appreciate Kia helping me out with those Tellurides. And we're one of the largest Tellurides actual dealers in the whole Southeast region. So little Kia LaGrange sells more Tellurides than anybody in the whole Southeast region.
And from what I understand, is the Tellurides only made here at West Point?
That's exactly right. Made right there at West Point. And, the thing about it, I think the most coolest thing about this whole thing is they start out, entry level is around 31, 32,000. High end goes up in the mid to high 40s, and that's it. And, you take something that's comparable to it in its class, you're going to be paying $60,000 plus and still not get the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, nor a lot of the technology that Kia offers.
Yeah, I drive a Cadillac Escalade, and I'll tell you what, this Kia has got that Cadillac doesn't do anything compared to what this Kia had to offer when I sat in it, turned it on.
Well, it's awesome. It's an awesome vehicle, and again, my hat's off to those guys. Those guys, there's a lot of things go into engineering and of course planning. And this old vehicle has been in the making for about 7 years, and then finally come out. They saw it on the Super Bowl. Everybody went crazy. Ooh, it's going to be great. Of course, they come in and we didn't have one. But anyway, they finally got them out, and it was. They did not realize that it was going to take off like it is. They had no idea. And, man, we've had people who had waited 3 and 4 months to get their car. But they hung in there. We appreciate it.
I'd imagine they'd be on back order.
Well, Todd, I want to go ahead and put my name down for the commission on the vehicle coach is going to buy when he comes by to get it. So,
well, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because guess what? Our guys are not paid on commission. Our guys are salaried only. So guess what? They work hard for our customer. These guys get salary only. They paid on the number of cars they sell per month. So guess what? No problem there.
That sounds great, Todd. Todd, we appreciate you so much for sponsoring our show, and I hope you have a great evening.
All right. Go Grangers.
Appreciate it. Go Grangers.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll close things up from Kia. LaGrange's Your Pie Show as we're talking LaGrange High School football right here on Eagle Sports.
Hi, friends. It's TOWD at Kia LaGrange. The 2020 Kia Sportage LX is here with all new updated interior and exterior style and comfort on the inside that rivals vehicles twice the price. State-of-the-art technology, lots of power in the hood, and room in the back for luggage, coolers, and the dogs. All this for only $20,990. Come by today and take a look. Take a test drive. Take one home. Check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy. God bless America.
Site number 111569. See Kia LaGrange for complete details. Kemp's Dalton West Flooring, your locally owned and operated flooring professional since 1977. With a huge inventory of hardwood, tile, carpet, area rugs, and vinyl flooring, add the wonderful installation crew that gets the job done right, and you'll enjoy your flooring for years to come. So drop in and pick out your flooring, and they will measure your home and give you a free estimate quick. Kemp's Dalton West Flooring, located at 1287 Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange, or on the web at daltonwest.com. And like Kemp's Dalton West Flooring on Facebook and Instagram.
Isn't life crazy? One day your fender gets dented by a runaway shopping cart. The next day, your kid's college entrance exam is a runaway success.
Yes, I got accepted.
But that's life. Some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield. No worries, your State Farm agent is here in all of life's moments, the good and the not so good, to help life go right. So good day, bad day, any day, let's talk.
State Farm agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange. There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
Kia of LaGrange Coaches Show, live at your pile LaGrange.
Welcome back to the Coach Show live here from Europi in downtown LaGrange. We appreciate you joining us every Monday night as we're out here talking football from LaGrange College to Callaway High School to Troop High School, and then finally we close it out with LaGrange High School Grangers. And, Coach, we continue with reach and play with Cedartown. They'll be – are they coming to us?
No,
we go to them?
We head up there.
We head up there, okay. A tough team that we're stacked pretty much from top to bottom of this region. We talked about that in the previous break. Across the state, I think people talk about how Region 5 Quad A is the SEC of high school football, and these are, again, another team that's going to try to prove it next week.
Yeah, Cedartown certainly. I know their record doesn't speak for it. They're 1-4, and they lost a close one to Bremen, and then they got beat by Cartersville Friday night, but. They got the number one running back in the area, and he's committed to Clemson, and he was Clemson's number one. And Kobe's played middle linebacker for him last year, and Watkins went up to West Virginia, and then now they dropped Kobe down, and now they're working him some as strong side end coming off the edge, and he's straight up scary. He's a tank, Biggs being a 225-pound body. I think he power cleans like 345, 365, which is probably stronger than any kid at all three high schools, in Troop County.
Right.
And he's just a tremendous runner, and he's not going to go down easy, and it's going to take gang tacklings, and so we've gone back through the Callaway film, and the way we got to get multiple hats on, the way it was with Tank, that we got to play lockdown that way. We got to hit him early, and we got to hit him fast, and we got to hit him multiple times. Defensively, they do what they do. They haven't changed. Coach Doyle Kelly's been there for years, and they're program guys, and Nick Chubb, a lot of great athletes, have come out of there,
sure
and they got a lot of great ones. They got a sophomore that, they got a sophomore defensive end, number 27. He's another backup running back. He's a Charlie Dixon from Callaway. He's 6'2", 200 plus, and just as a sophomore, and he plays strong side end or weak side edge, and he's tough to block. He's tough to deal with, and their down four is probably the best we're going to see all year. They're down 4 on defense, and their linebacker and secondary, they're really good athletes, and they're well coached, and again, the neat part about it is you're seeing quality teams and quality positions, and you got a game plan and you got to execute.
Well, if we could keep Charles clean, keep him upright, and guys, just if our receivers could just hold on to the ball.
Well, we did a really good job catching the ball. Friday night that wasn't really an issue. Charles got better. Our pass protection's getting better. Our run blocking's getting better. Our receiving core. The biggest thing that we're dealing with right now is injuries.
Yeah.
And how do you it's kind of next man up, and it's that mentality. But sometimes it's when you get down in there and you get down in the fire and you start getting tested. That's usually when you come out the other side, where we come out with this momentum builder, this confidence, and it's belief. It's I got to do a better job of helping our kids win, teaching them how to win, and us feeling like we're coaching it like we're expecting to win, and how do we go? I think Cedartown's a better football team than Central was. But again, they're 1-4 for a reason. They hadn't been able to finish their games either.
Right.
And I think they've got us for homecoming, and it's up to us to have a good week of practice, and go up there and attack the game in a way where we've got a sense of urgency. Again, our Friday night, we didn't start the first half. We didn't start off fast. We didn't play real well in the first half. We didn't run block. We had some penalties. We had a lot of bad snaps, missed throws, drop balls, and 2 big defensive plays that we gave up, and it was us giving them up. It wasn't like they created them. In the second half, we came out, we played with a sense of urgency. Kids kind of played with a little bit more resolve and a little bit more heart, and, that's what you're looking for. And, if we can attack our games the way we attacked the second half against Central, we should be fine. And, we're going to be competitive in them. It doesn't get any easier. It goes up, and, then we turn around and we roll through the gauntlet of, the rest of
Rest of the region.
Rest of Region 5.
So, of course, it's Cedartown Friday. Please travel up the road. Travel with us. If you can't make it, listen to us right here on Eagle Sports, as Michael and the gang will be bringing you the ball game. Coach, we look forward to a big showing by the guys, and we want to win coming up this Friday night.
Yep, we're gonna give it our all this Friday. So go Grangers!
I love it. Go Grangers! You're listening to the Coaches Shows live from Your Pie, sponsored by Kia of LaGrange. Our thanks to all of our sponsors, and we'll see you next week on the radio.